There are some hard plugins coming out right now.
Traptendo.
What is going on, guys? So in this review, God, I'm spoiling it already. We're gonna check out Stutter Edit 2. Man, we're gonna see if it's good or not. Spoiler alert, it is. I'm not gonna rate it. I'm just gonna show you how to use it. I'm gonna use a track that you probably already heard. So let's go ahead and check it out. So the link's in the description box. I highly recommend checking out a demo before purchasing it because it is pretty expensive. But if you had the first iteration of Stutter Edit, well, you can upgrade for a little bit more money. So that is actually pretty decent of a deal. So the inner workings of this, the UI, really nice. I will have to inspect the actual CPU usage and all that, but it's vectoral, so you can resize it. If you have a 4K screen or something like that, it'll be much smaller. I have a 1080p resolution, so you know it's gonna be this size if you have a 1080p resolution. So other than that though, let's go ahead and set this up before I start. Matter of fact, I'll just play the track. Hey. All right, with that being said here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the setup. So basically, they actually have a really good thing that threw me off beforehand. It messed up my previous recording because if you open up your DAW of choice, it tells you how to set it up in your DAW. So, you know, a lot of people always struggle with that. And it actually caught me off guard. Now, I already know how to set up in FL. It's a little bit more difficult to set up in Ableton. And therefore, that's why I'm using FL, because I think FL kind of fits this kind of workflow. So in FL, you would basically just go into your plugin window, right click on a channel or whatnot, and then you will look for MIDI out. And since mine is in alphabetical order, I'm just gonna go and look for MIDI out real quick. Boom. And then the next thing you're gonna do here is go to your MIDI out and set up an output port. Basically like if you was hooking up hardware. And from that point, you would just go to Stutter Edit. Stutter Edit is an effect, so it will be in your effect slot. You would hit the cog sign, the cog wheel, and you would go to input because it needs to receive that MIDI from your MIDI keyboard or from your piano roll. So it doesn't really matter if you have a MIDI keyboard. So I know people are gonna say that I don't have a MIDI keyboard, but it doesn't matter if you have a MIDI keyboard or not. So from here, let's get about this window because we already set it up. You're done. Basically. So how does it sound? I'm gonna play some stuff on my MIDI keyboard. It is on my 808, so you're gonna hear all of the effect on the 808. So let's go. So for me, just observing the CPU, it seems fairly decent, at least on at the top right of the screen, you will see my laptop and all of the specs because I've done a review on it and I really like it for music production and everything that I do. So, but other than that though, you definitely want to have nothing less than a 9th generation i7, and you definitely want to have at least 16 gigs of RAM when you do any type of production altogether. That's just default. That's how it should be by default by now. Other than that though, it runs really smooth. As you can see, it didn't really chop up anything, and I expect that because I've thrown everything at this laptop. So moving forward here, what I want to do here is grab an instance of Stutter Edit, and we're gonna put it on a melody because I know people want to hear it on a melody. So we're gonna do that next. And we're going to put this on the Tria plugin here because I have the what is it? The CZ V. You know what? To add proper context to the video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what my hands are doing so you can really get the feel of Stutter Edit. All right, so here we go. Gonna go press play real quick. Okay, so what you just witnessed is MIDI mode. So basically, I just set it up with my MIDI controller so I can trigger all the effects, because what the effects are in are different keys on the keyboard here. So that's actually how this bank is set up. So it's pretty good. One thing you'll see is that I'm able to use my trackpad fully within inside of the plugin. I got to give them props for that, because many plugins do not support multiple gestures. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is exit out of that, and I'll show you how to use auto mode. And within auto mode, all you have to do is just put it on a particular area that you want, and then you'll just go with the preset as it is. All right, so now we're in auto mode, and I will show you some of the things that make this incredible. So what makes this a really, really good plugin in my opinion? Well, iZotope has been bringing the funk when it comes to different automations, and that's where I want to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and play the sound here. Now we're going to go and access different features here. So you have a stutter feature, and every one of these features are backed up with different parameters that you can automate. You can choose to quantize and turn off the quantize, different modes, walking free, different steps. Add gates. You have buffer mode here. By the way, if you hover over a parameter, it tells you what these parameters do. You add sliders, grids, turn jitter on. You can edit that jitter. Here we go. You can animate that. You can automate different other parameters too as well. You have lo-fi, you have distortion, you have chorus, you have reverb, you have flanger, you have phaser, low pass, tape stop, and high pass and delay. Let's get into this real quick though. And they sound incredible. Let's go into tape stop here. There's not many plugins that are f***ing with this right now, and I apologize for cursing, but it deserves. God, dog. All right, so moving on to some other stuff here. Let's go ahead and play this in compilation with every other sound here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's hear what we got. Hear that sound to ourselves. So overall, my impressions with this plugin are very, very, very high.